Welcome to Larry's Library, and welcome to another edition of the Sunday Scan. And this time, I'm back on my read-through of Marvel's original Godzilla run from the late 70s. And this is Godzilla issue 20. And this is the continuation of this plot line where Godzilla has been exposed to Hank Pym's shrink gas in an effort to contain him in a smaller cage. And of course, now it's wearing off, and this is his adventures in New York, and it is a riot. I really like it a lot. This cover is by the great Herb Trimpe with inks by Bob McLeod, and it's a good one. This is Godzilla now approximately 20 feet tall, is what the narration says, and that looks about right. So this one is guest starring the Fantastic Four, and it is awesome. Men and Monsters at the Metropolitan Museum. That's what the cover blurb says. Now, getting into this one. Opening shot is a back view of Godzilla, and he's standing right in the middle of traffic in New York City. And at this point, he's maybe 20 feet tall. Maybe I don't think he's quite 20 yet. He's still growing. But it's really good. I love it. Very colorful. I like the way the street lamps are in the background and the moon. And all of the New Yorkers are mad because something is disrupting their commute here, their nighttime drive, whatever they're doing. He's right in the middle of traffic, and they are pissed. Of course, we got Doug Mitch still writing, Herb Trimpe still penciling with really good inks by Dan Green. No problem with that. What a great opening. Yeah, he's not quite 20 in that first shot because on the second page, he shoots up, has another growth spurt, says from 7 to closer to 20. And he's still going through all the traffic. The cars are honking at him, and, Dum Dum Dugan and his team are looking for him. On page 3 here, really great shot of Dum Dum Dugan in the upper right panel. I'll show it. Just gorgeous use of lighting. Dum Dum with his cigar. Over on page 6, I will have to do a scan of this. The first panel here, it's just fantastic. It is a shot of Godzilla literally kicking these cars out of his way in the traffic. It's fantastic. He looks like a little kid Godzilla almost, and he's just having a good time kicking these cars out of the way, just trashing them. And then over on page 7, Godzilla is tearing into a lamppost for some reason. Another great shot, another great drawing here of Dum Dum Dugan, an extreme close-up of him with the cigar in his mouth. And I love the way they depict the fire. I mean, it's such a small thing, but I geek out on this really good comic book art like this. And I just like how the cigar, how the fire of the end of the cigar is depicted here. It's just, I know, it's such a small thing, but it's done really well. And then Gabe shoots a flare because they've come up with a plan. They are going to try to lure Godzilla to the museum, which was their original intention. They were going to carry him there, in a small cage, shrunk down, and bring him to the museum. So this paleontologist guy is going to, I don't know, he's going to study him or something. But that was the plan. But so Gabe does fire a flare, and they notice that Godzilla is attracted to the light, and so he'll follow that light. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to coax him to the museum. And it's a great shot here. Great panel work. Another good, really perspective drawing from Herb Trimpe of Gabe firing the flare. And you see Godzilla way in the background looking up at it and roaring. And then the middle panel here, Godzilla is staring up at the flash of the flare going off. And it's just a great drawing. Godzilla is, you're showing him from the neck up, from the underside of his neck. And it's just great. The lighting is fantastic. Really well done. And so we cut briefly to the Fantastic Four at the Baxter Building. Ben Grimm's watching TV and he sees the news report of all of this stuff with Godzilla going on. So him and Reed decide to get involved, and they take the Fantastic Car over to the museum to try to help, because, you know, this is their town. So there you go. And it's interesting, the museum is the actual, I think it's called the New York, the American New York Metropolitan Museum. I'm not sure the exact name, but it is a real museum. It's the big museum in New York. And the drawing on the of the establishing shot of the outside here shows it. And I'll see if I can get a picture of what that looks like, or did look like then, and put it with this panel, because it's really cool. And they say that the guy's like, well, the halls are big enough in there, he should fit in there without tearing anything up. Okay. Got a 20-foot ceiling line in there. I guess maybe. I've never been there. If you have, let me know down in the comments. Would a 20-foot Godzilla fit in there without any destruction? But it's great. They lure him in there with the flares. I'm not sure what they think they're going to do after that. I mean, not much of a plan here, it doesn't look like. But they get him in there, and it's cool. So you've got Dum Dum Dugan and his agents, a couple of his agents, Gabe, and the paleontologist, and the Fantastic Four now, tracking Godzilla through the museum. It's a riot. It's great stuff. What a fun issue. And of course, Ben Grimm gets into a fist fight with Godzilla. This now 15 to 20 foot or so tall Godzilla. It's great. I will scan both of these pages, and the Human Torch gets involved, and Godzilla's blasting Ben with the fire. I mean, it's great. It's really fun stuff. This goes back and forth for a while until Godzilla ends up in this unfinished wing of the museum, where they happen to have a tank of live sharks. And of course, Ben Grimm manages to punch him without realizing there's a tank there with live sharks in it, and Godzilla topples over into that tank in the full page drawing for the final page of this issue. And the blurb for next issue, this is going to be awesome, is more of the Fabulous Fantastic Four and, would you believe, Devil Dinosaur. So this is the issue where Jack Kirby's Devil Dinosaur crosses over into Godzilla, and we got the Fantastic Four on board too. So that's going to be spectacular. If you want to see some scans from that, be sure to come back in 2 weeks for that. And next week I'll do the next issue of Cobra. You know you love Cobra, right? But yeah, I'm having a really good time with this Godzilla run. It really needs collected in a gallery edition. Oh my goodness. You imagine how great this Herb Trimpe artwork would be in a big old gallery edition. But I hope you like taking a quick look at that, and I will see you next time.